Black Americans were not allowed to learn how to read unless we would have our limbs chopped off. And that was because an educated mind cannot be enslaved. So the fact that our schools are in this condition in the inner cities and all throughout America and not a single candidate is talking about it is problematic to me. Another component, and this is the biggest issue that I think is facing Black America today, is father absence. We have children that are growing up without their fathers in the home, and that is being incentivized by the government right now via the welfare system. When the government says we'll give you more money if you don't marry the father of your children, you are incentivizing bad behavior in our community. What happens when you remove a father from the home? You're 9 times more likely to end up in prison, you're 6 times more likely to drop out of high school, and you're 12 times more likely to lead a life of poverty. Why is nobody talking about father absence, and why do we keep being silent when we actually do?
Well, we've done this one before. I'm starting to like Candace Owens the more I watch her. I couldn't, there was a time I couldn't stand her back when I wouldn't listen to none of her content. Stupid. But the more I listen, the more I like her.
Maybe they hit different when you guys hear it from somebody else, but she pretty much said it all. As I ain't really much more to say. It's just like there is a concerted effort to keep our fathers out of the home. And we need to recognize that, especially with all this red pill, feminist, all this stuff that's going on, y'all. It's like we're purposefully being put against each other, like to fight amongst each other so that we don't come together, we don't stay together. And it's bad. It's bad for everybody.
It's a shame, really.
It's not just bad for us. It's not just bad for the kids. It's literally bad for everybody because we don't just live in a bubble. Like, people make up society. So if you have all these families that are broken homes, all these families where you have all these absentee dads, that is going to affect you at some point in time, because it's not just going to stay in one little area. It's going to spread like wildfire, and it's going to affect your life as well as the people around you. So I think we need to spend more time learning how we can work together and try to help build together, as opposed to the arguments of, oh, well, I don't need no man, I don't need no woman, I can do it all by myself, I don't need you type thing. Like, no, that's not helping us, guys. It's getting worse, and it's going to continue to get worse if we don't course correct and do something about it. Even if you just start within your home with your mentality, maybe your friends, the people that you're around, like, start having these conversations about what is it that you can do as an individual, so that way you can make better decisions and better choices when it comes to relationship. Because even those who are like,
oh, I don't want to get married, this, that, and the third.
Okay, fine. But you're not saying I'm going to be celibate. You're not saying I'm not going to not have any relationships. You're not about to live a life of being like a monk or nuns. You're not about to live that type of lifestyle. So be real.
Let's be honest.
And like what you're really setting yourself up for, and setting potentially your future children up for, and how you're contributing to these statistics in our society.
Well, I just like to say, we ain't got no problem coming together.
Really?
Bruh.
We got a problem staying together.
Yep.
That's why we got all these single baby mamas out here. We ain't got a problem coming together. We do that all the time.
Yeah.
Often.
Really?
And well.
Bruh.
We just don't stay. That's the real issue. We don't stay. And the real thing is we just not built anymore. We're not being taught how to stay together. That's really what it is. We're just not being taught that anymore. She was saying the government is incentivizing, our music is incentivizing, the things that we say to each other is incentivizing. Now you got the red pill, and it's not really the red pill, but it's really black pill, and it's really incel culture. And I mean real incels, because a lot of times we call people incels just as an insult to their argument without them actually being real incels. Right. But to people who have a axe to grind with the opposite sex, same thing on the side of radical feminism, which there are a lot of people who I think would be first and second wave feminists who would never be a third or fourth wave feminist. All of that stuff matters. Yeah. That differentiation between who the people are, those nuances actually matter, because the red pill in and of itself is not against women at all. But when you hear a lot of the content coming out of the red pill space, if you have a black pill content creator who says, I'm red pill, you're going to automatically think, they all think like this. No, No, they don't.
Nope.
It's just an understanding of how women naturally are, despite what they say. It's about what they do. And feminism is about having equal rights in these first world countries, which I think they should. But there's a difference between having equal rights and then being praised and admired as if you're a god or something like that, and then putting down the other sex. Like, there are a lot of issues that we have that are being fought against in these situations. But we just did a video where we shot talking about having baby showers and how baby showers is the new wedding, which is another thing. A lot of women, because of a lot of the issues they're going through, because they keep on choosing Pookies and Ray Rays, and then some of them choose guys who have money but who show no interest because they don't understand how to vet somebody and to be able to tell they don't have no interest in you. How much you want somebody does not matter as much as how much they want you.
Facts.
You have to understand that. And then even if they want you and you want them, are you good for each other regardless? Okay, guys, I want you to hit the like button. I want you to hit the subscribe button. I want you to hit the notification button. I want you to hit all the buttons. Thank you.
All the buttons.
A lot of these things matter. And the thing is, we don't have anybody to call on because we think our parents are screwed up. They messed up everything. They don't know nothing. Think our grandparents are screwed up. They messed up everything. They don't know nothing. Everybody around us is screwed up and messed up everything. They don't know nothing. But if we're a guy, all our single guy friends who's out there partying and getting as much poom poom as humanly possible, they know something. They know nothing about family because they don't have one, but they can give us advice about it. If we're a woman and we have all our single girlfriends out here and they killing it and they all boss bees, but they don't have no kids and they don't have no this, and we're looking to have a kid and to have a family, you don't need to talk to them about how they would deal with your situation with your future husband. They don't know. We don't go to people who are actually doing it. I say this on the channel a lot because it's the only thing that makes sense. Go to people who are successful in the thing that you are researching and find out what they say and find the commonality, because there are things that are only going to work in their marriage, but there are things that work in all marriages. And then you have to do the due diligence to figure it out. As long as we're going to continue to decide to do this dating thing, which is probably not the best for people trying to have long-term relationships. But if we're going to continue to do it, we're going to have to find a way to cancel out all of the negatives, or at least as many of the negatives as possible. The problem is we are not doing that due diligence. If you decide to date strangers, you have more work to do to make sure they don't turn out to be crazy.
Are you crazy?
If you are going to be in a relationship with somebody you and your family already know and have somewhat been vetted already, it makes things easier. Existing in smaller communities where the people that you're getting with you already know makes it easier for you. If you don't want it to be easy and you want to be able to date everybody because we have the ability to do so, you make more work for yourself, because now you have to vet them, you have to vet the people around them, and you have to be around them long enough to find out if they have multiple personalities, if you can deal with this person long term. Whereas if it was somebody that you grew up around, or you guys were in the same whatever it is. For us, it was church. Church is one of the best places for that because you can weed out who's doing what, because you see them every week. And if you are actually involved, you see them more than every week, and you get to be around people and see how they act and interact. Everybody in church is not about church or about God.
Well, you got that right.
You get to make that differentiation if you make yourself somebody who goes there often. If it's not church, maybe it's you're super career driven, you're super purpose driven, and the people that are around you a lot, because you guys are all doing the same thing, you can start to then vet because you're around them all the time. But if you're dating strangers, you don't have that ability. The fatherlessness thing, everybody knows is a bad thing. It just kills me that from so many different directions, fatherlessness is being pushed, from the music to the television. People aren't worried about family empowerment, even though we have all of the stats that say it's better for kids and for the people, and for the people, and for the people. As a man, if you're married, you make more money, you're better health overall, you have better heart health, you have more consistent sex. There is a list of things why it's better for men. I'm tired of hearing these red pill dudes walking around saying there's no advantage for men. There's no advantage if you pick a she-dragon. But there's no advantage for a woman if she picks a jerk too. Because I've just heard a story about somebody literally physically sick because of the situations in their house because they picked the wrong guy. We're getting it from so many directions because men are polarized against women and women are being polarized against men. I do believe that there are points that each side has that are valid, that need to be addressed and fixed.
Right.
But to say that the entire other side is one thing or the other and not differentiate the modern career boss babe, whatever, feminist woman from a regular woman, and to not differentiate the red pill, angry incel, black pill, guy who's out here trying to trick women out their draws.
Love is telling her all the things she wants to hear until you get the draw.
Versus a regular guy is very different.
Going back to the point you made earlier, as far as taking cues basically from people who have the things that you want.
Getting somebody who's a relationship expert or even a psychologist about male-female relationships is one thing. You'll see that there's a difference in what people talk about when it comes to people who are married and have these channels and people who are not.
Right.
And that's not to say that people who are not don't have any good points, don't have any good perspectives, because, there were some people who were quite amazing. But if you want to raise your chances, if you don't know who to look at, start there.
We're not perfect by any stretch of the means. Are we perfect? We ain't got it all figured out. We still working on it. But I think almost 19 years in the game being married, I think we're doing all right.
We doing all right.
Okay.
We doing all right. No, that gives the wrong impression. I can't say that. Then see, the second thing I had in my mind to say just makes it worse because we in public. So let's just say we good.
Okay.
We're good. I was going to say leave it to your imagination, but don't imagine nothing. Don't imagine nothing. Just, I'm done. I'm not talking anymore. Go ahead. Everything I'm saying is messing up.
But yeah, no. And like Jay said, you do want to, of course, be mindful of people that you're getting your cues from. But yeah, just use your resources, guys. Yes, it might take a little bit of work, but anything worth having takes a little bit of work. You can't expect to have a great relationship or a great marriage and you put no effort into it. Just like you put effort into your job, effort into school, like you spend time studying. With work, you spend time, trying to climb up that ladder so that you can grow in your position and different things of that nature. You have to put time and effort into understanding what it takes to have a successful marriage, if that is what you want. If you guys are still here, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. All right. And let us know that you appreciate what we putting down. OK, we like commitment over on this side of YouTube. We's married. OK, and we want some commitment. So go ahead and smash that subscribe button so that way you can be you got to hit the post notifications too, so that way you can know when we post. All right, so that way you can not miss any of this.
Yes,
all right,
not miss any of this. Look how we're rhyming.
But yeah, that's all I got to say about that.
Oh, this video is long, so I'm done. We done?
We done.
Everybody done.
Other than that, I got nothing else to say to you.
Later.
Peace.